Right. El Negro ends up losing his U.S. citizenship.
Yes.
Became a fugitive. Then eventually gets sent back to Colombia.
He flies back.
Flies back, right. So now you're essentially back in Medellin again. And Pablo Escobar is running that whole city, right?
Yeah. El patrón mijo.
And you guys are all good.
Of course. My brother Chiqui was his ñaña. He'd go every weekend to visit him in La Catedral. Think about it. My brother Chiqui at 26 was probably making him an extra couple mil a week. So, you know, Pablo liked that. And my brother didn't pay taxes to Pablo Escobar. A lot of people had to pay taxes. My brother wouldn't pay taxes.
Well, right around that time, 1991, your mom is locked up in California.
Dublin.
And a local drug dealer in Oakland named Charles Cosby sees your mom on television and decides he's going to start writing her letters.
Mm-hmm.
Those letters turn into visits, which then turns into a romantic relationship. And 6 months later, your mom actually introduces you to Charles Cosby.
Yes.
You were 12 years old at the time.
13, 14 around, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
13, 14 years old at the time. Still a very young man.
I was already doing big boy stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys became close?
I'll say this, I'll be less of a man if I don't acknowledge that he was present in my life at a time. And he had a certain position that he held. I'm not here to talk shit about nobody.
He spoke highly of you.
And I'll speak highly of him to a degree as well.
So she called me and was like, you know, I want you to meet Michael. I was okay, no problem. So she gave me his address. I drove out there. And Michael, till this day, is the most intelligent 12-year-old kid I've ever met in my life. You know, very articulate, respectful, cordial.
Okay.
You get it? A lot of people in drug dealing like to extend the truth sometimes.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Well, from what I understand from my interview with him, is that your mom was still running her drug business while still in prison.
Yes.
And according to him, he started working with her, said that she fronted him 50 kilos.
So the very first visit, Griselda asked me, you know, what can I do to make your life better and your family's life better? She knew I was in the game, but she also knew that, you know, I was a small fish at the time, right? You know, a small fish in a big ocean. So I threw a number at her, you know, well, if you can give me this amount of merchandise, which was 50 keys, I said, I could move it. You know, because I knew a lot of guys who moved heavy weight, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't have a lot of weight, you know. I was limited in my scope of merchandise and what I can do with what I had. So, but if I could had a connection like Griselda, I could move it.
That's what I heard. I clearly was not there.
I was there, and his role was more of a worker do-boy than a big-time drug trafficker. I'm not going to say that he probably didn't get weight, but if he would have gotten weight, I would have known about it, because everybody who pushed weight for my mother in the area and was a holder, I would see them on a frequent basis. So if they would tell me if they gave him 50 kilos. I'm not saying they didn't give him kilos, and I'm not saying that they did. I'm not going to incriminate the guy either. Charles did his thing. I'll say that.
Okay. How did you take this young black guy dating your mom, who was essentially twice his age at that point?
I'm from the Bay. I'm okay with black people. I'm okay with Mexicans. I'm okay, you know, with that. You know, black and brown, like my says.
Yeah, but he's much younger.
Yeah, he's a young dude, perm, very pimpish ways.
Right.
And you know, I'm not stupid. You get it? But I also know what my mother needs. And I know my mother needs a friend, a pen pal, somebody to help me smuggle shit in, help me travel across the country and pay these people off. Because I'm a kid. And how long can I get away with $100,000 on the plane from state to state, right? So I needed somebody, and my mother needed somebody. So I'll give him that. He was a good dude. He did good till the day that shit happened. But I took it like, all right, my mother likes this black gentleman. He's not a scumbag. He gets money, and he keeps his eye on me. And, you know, at the time, I'm going through my adolescence. I'm becoming a criminal. I'm becoming a gang member. I'm here in this little town becoming, I don't want to say a teenage couple, but for a 14-year-old kid to play with ounces and then kilos, and by the age of 16, a kilo, I was already doing my thing. And this man was from the town, from Oakland. And he had swag. And, you know, to me, it was like, damn, you're pretty cool, man. You know, just don't hurt my mother's feelings and keep on doing your job. So he was around. He was, you know, he did his thing.